Will, thank you so much for being here. This is a big month for the Salus Center.
Absolutely. There's so much going on across the area, across Lansing, beyond Lansing. There's so many places to show up and be for the Salus Center. We've got a lot ahead of us.
You know, the space that you have created at the Salus Center is really all about inclusive community. Tell us what, if someone were coming for the first time to your establishment, how are you creating such a beautiful environment there?
Oh, that's so kind of you to say, and that is very important to us. So if we even start with the name of Salus Center, that word salus has a Latin root, which means togetherness, wholeness, kind of making sure that our full being is represented. And our founder, Phiwa Langeni, really tried to make that the cornerstone of what we're doing. And I think when you start with that as a basis, everything beyond that is so natural. It's so easy to go from there to thinking about how we ensure that people come into our space and feel welcome and feel like family right away and feel comfortable. Phiwa is a Black, trans, and Christian man, and he needed a place to go where he could be all three of those at once. He felt like he could be Black and trans in some spaces, Black and Christian. Kind of hard to be Christian and trans, but he started the Salus Center so that he could have that space where he could be his full self. So we really took that idea and ran with it over the last several years, and it's resulted in 11 support groups that we run all throughout the month. We'll be at all of the Pride festivals this year.
All around the Mid-Michigan area.
Yeah, a lot of ways for us to connect with people. It's quite beautiful.
Well, you know, people, when they're entering this new community, they sometimes feel the fear of rejection, right? But you know how to handle that. You need to help them go over the hurdles of that.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I remember when I was a teenager and trying to figure myself out and eventually coming out, I chose to not participate in a lot of things because of that fear.
Right.
And it was a lesson that I had to learn, because when I realized that connecting with other people was the way to feel better about being in the world and safer by connecting with other people. I found that the grass actually was greener on the other side. It was a wonderful place to be where I could be my full self. And now, looking back on my past and thinking about who I am today, so many times me just going out in the world looking like I look, being the person that I am and trying to be my full self, it really creates a lot of space for other people to do that too. And I think that is just a manifestation of what Salus Center means to the Lansing community.
Right, being your authentic self.
Absolutely.
And Lansing is a very inclusive community. I mean, raising the pride flag coming up in June and letting people know that you are welcome here.
Absolutely. There are so many people in the Lansing area. And I think if we were to try to section ourselves off by one identity or the other, we would totally miss out on the thing that makes this place so special. When we come together and we have these fun, interesting ideas, we kind of pick ourselves up and figure out a new thing to do with each other. I see it happen all the time.
Right. And you, Salus Center, been around almost 10 years, right?
Yes.
And why do you continue to serve? Because you said you have one employee. So the board is very, very active. So why do you continue to serve?
Oh my goodness. So I cannot believe that we're almost at 10 years. This is really fantastic. And I have only been serving for maybe 2 or 3 years at this point on the board. And you're right, we have one employee. We're a very small nonprofit, and I really think that we hit outside of our league in many, many ways. And with that, shout out to Frank, who is our one employee. He really does more than I think than humanly possible, truly. He's a fantastic person. We have about 10, 11 board members who are fully volunteer and help pick up pieces where they can. And that is, I think, what drew me to serving on the board of the Salus Center. It was a chance for me to actually get involved, to make some friends too, get along the way, but actually contribute to things that make lives better for the people around me and my community as a queer person.
Yes. And you especially represent 2S LGBTQIA+, right? So there is a beautiful broad spectrum of people that are really looking for connection and community. So how do you help in all those areas?
So it's important to us that we use that acronym,
yes.
right? So it is a very large acronym. It's a full acronym, but it also represents so many of the identities that we are trying to reach and who we already do reach, the people who come to the Salus Center. every month for whatever it might be, a support group, a game night, a fiber arts night, so many different things. But it's important to us to think about all of those identities because, like I said earlier, with Phiwa Langeni, he has so many identities he brought to the table. I think it's important to recognize that we've got Two-Spirit, Indigenous folks who are part of our community. We have lesbian, gay, trans people who are part of our identity in our group, in our community. And we've got folks who are questioning and just not even sure that they're there, or just like the general label of queer. It's all are welcome, and we want everybody to come in and feel comfortable.
You know, part of the Pride Month is really giving visibility to the community, to the queer community, and also a vision of what's to come. What do you see is to come? What do you anticipate?
Oh, wow. That is such a big question, and I choose to answer that from a place of hope. There are a lot of things that are going on in the world. We see so many political actions against LGBTQ people, against trans people in particular. A lot of messages out in the world that tell us to hide. And don't hide. Don't dim your light. Like I said, I find that when I shine my brightest, I allow other people to shine bright as well. So my hope with Pride this year and beyond is that when we stand up, when we are visible, when we are out and proud and showing that we are thriving, that we love each other, that we can love other people, even if they may not understand who we are. It gives us a chance to build the community that we want to see, a place where we all connect across difference, where we recognize each other's strengths and the beautiful things that we bring to life. That's the world I want to live in.
Yes. And this podcast, of course, we call Hope in Action, right?
Exactly. Perfect.
And Will Verchereau, we appreciate you. Really, and your light is bright. And as we talked about earlier, before we started, our talk, we talked about how we're really more alike than we are different. And if people could really focus on those things, our world would be a much kinder, gentler place.
I so agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah. And so when you look back at the history of Lansing, because you have made strides, a lot of strides, what couple of nuggets have you seen that have helped transform to get the Salus community and the center to include all, the acronym is important. So to bring 2S, like learning about that and taking care of the Indigenous community, which is so important to them. And when I learned about that and studied about that, I was like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's exactly what we hope people would do. So when we put those acronyms out there, we don't mean to obscure who we are, or that there's all of these other things that you need to somehow now memorize, but that curiosity is what we're hoping to spark. So even that bit, just helping spark that curiosity in other people to learn about who we are, to learn about cultures and identities that go back far beyond our current day today. I think that's really the core of what we're trying to do. And we also just want to keep reaching out to people. We're always here. We're always available. So how can we build those relationships? And that is a two-way street. It requires us to reach out and to find other organizations that are doing great bits of work, and then we can promote their work and help our people connect with them. And they can do the same back for us too.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Will, thank you. It was so nice meeting you and getting
so
to know
much.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you so much. And happy Pride Month.
Same to you.
Thank you.